You know who lots of people have lots of things bad to say about somebody? Kathleen Kennedy! And it's my favorite. You like Star Citizen? I love shitting all over Kathleen Kennedy. It's almost a fetish of mine at this point. And Rise of Skywalker reportedly had 3 cuts of this movie. One of the cuts was the one we got. It was the J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy cut. The next one was the Bob Iger cut. And the last one...
Bob Iger have a cut?
I'm guessing just what he watched of all the footage and what he liked. I'm assuming. And then the last cut was the George Lucas cut. Reportedly, of all of the 3 cuts, George has scored the highest in test screenings at 88 was the score. But Kathleen decided to not go with that version. The cut was reportedly about 40% different from what we got from what we got in theaters. And 2 major changes are noted here in this article that I've got pulled up here. So this comes from a guy, his name's Doomcock, and he's put out a bunch of stuff in the past. He's pretty reliable. If he says some shit's happened and he has the sources, odds are that shit happened. Let's see here. I have the details. Oh yeah, he says, I have the details of 2 scenes that were in the Lucas cut, but not in the theatrical release, and one of them will likely break your heart. So let's just do that right now and fuck your whole day up, shall we? Oh. The first one is, Rey is alone on the Falcon, struggling with feelings of shame as anger threatens to lead her to the dark side, and she asks out loud, why is this so hard? Suddenly, even though she is alone, she hears a reply, life is a struggle, but in the struggle we become better. Rey looks up and sees Anakin Skywalker standing right beside her as a Force ghost. My source, he said, was personally shown a screenshot of Anakin and Rey standing together on the Falcon. But that's not the one that really fucking is gonna make you want to punch babies. What? We'll get to that one soon. There's more to add to this scene. In the scene, Anakin reveals to Rey how the Emperor survived in Return of the Jedi, and reveals information regarding the Veil of the Force and the Emperor's Sith mirrors that allows him to access the Veil's powers, which we talked about in a previous podcast as a method in which it was rumored Disney was going to retcon the 3 current Star Wars films. So basically, Anakin was going to show up and explain her to that stuff to us, so the audience would have been primed for a redo of the films going forward. So we see here that George Lucas wanted to use the concept in Skywalker as introducing to the larger audience, which we can guess would have led to the reset. Something, of course, Kathleen Kennedy would have been dead set against, as it would nullify her 3 movies. So that could be why she decided to not go with the Lucas cut of Skywalker. Then we got some more details on what is called the reunion, which, fuck me. Doomcock goes over the details of another scene of the Lucas cut of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, in which a scene that would have been included by J.J. Abrams in The Force, should have been included by J.J. Abrams in The Force Awakens. It's a scene that everyone wanted to see and something of a no-brainer. It should also be said, it's obvious that Kathleen Kennedy and Abrams never had the intention of including the scene in their Disney Star Wars movies in the first place, as it wasn't the fault of the death of Carrie Fisher that caused the scene to not happen. But Abrams and Kennedy intentionally chose to not do the scene, as they killed off Harrison Ford's Han Solo in The Force Awakens. Something that these guys are saying is unforgivable. I'm not totally against that statement. Yes, the scene involves the reunion of Leia, Han, and Luke. The next, so this is back to Doomcock's quote, the next bit is going to make you mad, explains Doomcock. The second scene that was revealed to my source happened when Kylo Ren got the vision of Han Solo sent by Leia to try and steer him away from the dark side. In the Lucas cut, when Kylo speaks to Han, he is joined by Leia, who force projects herself into the scene. The 2 of them are joined by none other than Luke Skywalker. This is what ultimately kills Leia, force projecting herself and Han to try and save their son, and then Luke himself projects himself as a Force ghost is there. And so, the result of the scene is that finally at the end, fans would have seen Han, Luke, and Leia reunited one last time, and this is what Kathleen Kennedy took away from us, if true, reveals Doomcock. I can tell you that my source personally saw another screenshot of this scene, a photo of Leia on the left, Han in the center, and Luke on the right. And so again, Kathleen chose to not go with these scenes, as essentially what they reveal is that she made the wrong choice about what direction she went with regarding her Star Wars movies. The potential good news is that George Lucas is rumored to return to Disney Star Wars in some form, which will also involve Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, I think is how you pronounce that last name, I'm not sure, possibly as an advisor or even the new head of Lucasfilm. There may be hope. Yet, that all comes from Cosmic Book News.
No way that George is going to be the new head of Disney of Lucasfilm, but he definitely would go into, give his point of view.
So there you go.
It is what it is.
That shit should have happened. The fact that they managed to do 3 movies without reuniting the 3 fucking characters is one of the most heinous fucking things
even
in
if
film.
they did all this stuff, the movies are still not good.
Yeah, not
it's just
good.
Still bad. Yeah,
it's still bad,
better,
but
still better. Yeah,
better.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So just like we have or I have a hashtag fuck Konami. Any opportunity to say this? Hashtag fuck Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck her. Destroyed Star Wars by herself, and I cannot wait for her to be fired, given $1 bajillion as a severance, and then move on to somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're doing. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.